Good morning, everyone. All right, as you can see here, I am making a response to the question of the week 35 that I made last week sometime. So, I'm going to read the question here. Normally, I direct you guys to the video I made where this question was posed, but from now on, I'm just going to respond in this way. Sometimes I may do it another way, but I will just read the question here and answer on the spot. So, here we go. Hi, I have a question. How do you cope with natives who aren't willing to practice with you? I'm asking because when my mic was still functional, I went on Power Talk to an Albanian room and asked them if they could teach me some basics like, I don't want to try to pronounce that, but they asked me why I wanted to learn it and really didn't want to practice. In real life, I haven't experienced it yet, but I sometimes fear their reactions when I, for example, meet with a Russian speaker or anything like that. The Vietnamese seemed all very happy to talk to me and teach me phrases like "An co hoa hong," how are you in Vietnamese, etc. But not everybody's like that. I'm a native Czech speaker speaking English fluently, and I'm somewhat intermediate in German and almost in Spanish. Other than that, I know a few sentences in languages like Armenian, but nothing serious so far. So, what is your opinion? If you have the time to answer. I really like your videos. Ataki sito ucheni ujivam na pilini koule. And he enjoys it with full balls or his full spear. It's a special Czech saying there. So thanks for that comment there. But anyway, I read a lot of the comments posted on that video, and from what I've seen or learned, many people have experienced this. I myself have experienced this. As you know, I've used chat rooms, or basically I've used those many times to get practice for a lot of the languages I've been learning. I've had bad experiences in chat rooms and also in real life situations. I'll share a couple of my experiences with you before I give you some suggestions and some advice what you need to do. Let me share the real life experience first. Basically, what happened was I used to spend time on campus. This is when I first started learning Chinese. I approached an older woman. This was inside of the university's cafeteria. She was reading a newspaper. I was sitting over, my friend and I were sitting across from her, and I wasn't really paying attention, but he brought it to my attention that she was Chinese because she was reading a Chinese newspaper. So, I asked her like kindly in Chinese what time it was, and then I asked her like if I could use her Chinese newspaper, and she didn't respond to me like for a couple minutes, and then I looked at my friend. I said, "Oh, I don't even want to bother her." So I tried again, and she just snapped. She threw the paper down, and she started speaking in Chinese at like 1,000 miles per hour. It was pretty fast, and I couldn't really catch what she was saying. But she was really upset, and I couldn't understand at first why she was upset. But it kind of scared me, and I was just shocked. And she just got up and left. And when she left, both my friend and I, we just laughed because it was funny because that was like the first time we've experienced that, going on those type of missions. But it didn't discourage me anyway. I didn't say, "Oh man, I don't want to do this." Even when we approached more natives, I forgot about the experience because I have strong ambitions. I had strong ambitions back in the day, and my motivation was very, very, very strong for Chinese. So I just brushed it off and just continued and moved on. Another experience I had was a young woman. She was in the library again, and we asked her what time the library closed, and she told us nicely. And then I asked her nicely where she was from, or may I ask where she was from, and then she just went on ahead. She insisted that I wouldn't have an idea where she was from, and she just wouldn't tell us. So we just left, and just left it at that, and then just continued on the journey. Kept looking for natives to practice, and I would say 99% of the time um, we had success. We just had a few bad experiences, and that was it. So you can't let those experiences bring you down. You just have to move on. But I must say, it all depends on how serious and ambitious you are for learning this Albanian language. To transition over to this chat room, I'm gonna talk a little bit about Pal Talk because since you use Pal Talk, I want to talk about a particular experience I had, a funny experience with the Hmong language. When I first started learning Hmong, I didn't really know about Pal Talk. Someone told me, an old Hmong buddy told me about it. He said they had many Hmong chat rooms. So I downloaded the program, and I went there, and I tried to practice the Hmong that I've been learning. And it was kind of difficult because people knew that I was a male because I don't know, I guess my name. But some people will still ask the sex, location, or whatever. So I would tell them, and then the conversation would end. Well, the conversation didn't even start. He just asked that, and then they wouldn't respond to me. So I had to close that, find somebody else, close, and then the same thing happened to the next person. Close that, and it kept happening. I had a couple good experiences where males were happy to speak with me once they learned I was a foreigner, but that's not enough, and plus I was going to the chat rooms every day. So what I did was create a female account, okay? And once I did that, then my experience points went sky high. Like all my opportunities, I had so many opportunities to practice the language due to that, because a lot of times people are there to find dates, I guess, and they just like chatting with women. They don't want to chat with men. So I did that, and I was successful. And again, why go through all that trouble? Because I had strong ambitions and I was serious about learning the language. So if you're not serious about learning the language, if you're not serious about learning the language, then why go through all that trouble? You don't need to go through that. But that's what happened. So as you can see, despite those experiences, I'm still moving on. Okay, I still stay consistent in trying to find the practice. All right. Another thing I noticed with your question, your question here, or your message, I should say, you said that you go to the chat rooms and ask them like how to say certain things. For me, it's a little different. I don't really go to chat rooms to ask people how to say certain things. I mean, some people don't mind, especially if they're wanting to learn English and doing language exchange. But when I go to the chat room, I'm already prepared. I already know what I'm going there for. It saves time. I basically go there and try to practice what I need to work on, get the repetition until I'm able to retain it. Once I do that, get my hour or so in, then that's it. I don't just go there and ask them, hey, how do you say this? How you say how you say this? How you say that? That just, it saves me time. Now there are some exceptions. I may ask them certain things, but most of the time, majority of the time, I'm already prepared. I already know what I want to do, so I just get to work. So, all right, I think I'm going to end the video here. I've said enough, and I take it that you get what you need to do now. Just basically move on. Don't worry about it. Not everyone is like that. You even said it here. Not everybody's like that. So stay what's the word? Stay positive, and just continue to learn. If you're serious about learning Albanian, just continue to find native speakers to practice with. I'm sure you'll find someone who will be ecstatic to practice their mother tongue with you. So that is it. If you have any other questions, anyone has any other questions, let me know. Make a video response, make a comment in the comment area, and give your advice, and share your experiences with our friend Simon from the Czech Republic. So that is it. Thanks for viewing. If you don't have any other questions, that will conclude this video, and talk to you guys shortly.